Hello everybody, my name is Hana. I'm a visionary artist and channeler, and I will be bringing some messages from our non-physical friends to assist us in this powerful time in a human history, which is ascension. Today the message that came in, well, there is a couple of messages that came in like past week or two, more or less. And I was sitting today with my Galactic team. I work mainly with Arcturians and the Council of 12, but I have someone from Council of 9 recently showing up for me, and Andromedans were like really strongly coming in today. So the messages I got, I was channeling. I channel usually by automatic writing past year and a half, and but mainly for myself, and sometimes I channel something for the collective. So it's when there is something that needs to be put out there. And now I got bored with my stuff, so I started to channel more like for the collective. We were asked to slow down. We did a lot of purging, and we still gonna do a lot of purging. A lot of us. I was in a crazy state for a long time, and luckily I arrived into this clean state, which feels really good, and I'm really happy because I had a lot of pain in my body, so I need to release all the crap I accumulated in this lifetime on Earth, and that wasn't very easy. So we are asked to slow down right now. There is some particular time of the year, and that's between 15th of December until the 13th of January, if I remember it well. And in this time, really we should slow down. Even yogis are slowing down in this time of the year, and they understand the body form much better than we do, honestly. So that came clear. That came actually for me like a week ago, that they told me to slow down. And I was thinking, oh, it was 333. Yay! There we go. That's true. So, and we're supposed to be focusing on our body and focusing on deepening our spiritual practices, whatever that means for you. Slowing down and focusing on our body and helping the body, because right now what is happening, like when the DNA is changing from the carbon to the crystalline, then the cells are puking out density, and they are like, you know, it's very heavy on the body. And past 3 messages that I was channeling were all detox, and I was telling the guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot put a detox diet for detox diet before Christmas out there, before the Christmas feast, you know, and all the chocolates and all the turkey and whatever you name it. But they are constantly telling me to put it out there, and I will not get any new messages until I don't put it out there. So I will be doing a new video about solo, about the detox, and how we because we need to help the body. There is no more. I know the food is such a controversial topic in the spiritual community, and there is always this, you vegan, you are a vegetarian, and you eat meat and whatever, but it's no longer about that. It's now we need to help the body. the body is going through a lot and we are forgetting on that. So we have to slow down and we have to start detoxing, but the detox has to be done very specific way. It's no black and white. Everybody is in a different state of, they said damages, but I would call it more like clutter. The thing with the food is that the food is way less potent than it was about 20 years ago. There is less nutrients, and it's highly hijacked. If you notice past 20 years and check out what is actually in our sauces or bread we are buying or pasta or whatever we are eating, there is a tons of preservatives and there is tons of sugar. I was just surprised at how much now the amount of the sugar which is like in the food, it's like double. I bought this bread new, it looks so good and it was so sweet, and I was thinking like, geez, that's how much sugar is in it actually. So I was checking out the package and I was really surprised how much sugar is actually put now in the food, and how much like preservatives are almost in everything today. So they said to put the message out there about the food. I'm gonna do that, but I told them that before the Christmas, just to give us some like where to start. And they said to tell them start without the preservatives. So whatever you are eating right now, wherever you are on your diet, does not really matter. Because now it's Christmas, so it's gonna be a mess. We're gonna be eating whatever, like, you know, it's not gonna be that easy to say no to fish or turkey or soup or fish soup or whatever. It's more depending on you, you know, on your family setting, on how tolerant they are to these kind of things. But start without preservatives and start without eating no genetically modified food, GMO, and that was 2 things. Oh yeah, as much organic as possible. Choose organic mainly. That's a startup. Then I'm gonna do a new video about like the diet for ascension, because that's practically none of us are expelled, or we are no exception. We have to do it, you know, no matter what. And for me, my awakening started practically in the kitchen. My diet changed 5 years ago. I started changing the diet slowly, and I know how tricky and turbulent it could be, because you cannot just go off the meat out of sudden, because the body cannot absorb the nutrients from the vegetable or other food you're putting in to the system. So it has to be done very slowly, step by step. It cannot be just you know, one day you're eating whatever and the other day you're vegan. It's not possible, because the body will get really sick. You get really sick and nauseous. You can faint or, you know, vomit. You can get low blood pressure. There could be a lot of turbulence happening, a lot of clash, because the body is not prepared to absorb the nutrients when there is still meat in it. So I will do a new video on that, separate, you know, not now, the before Christmas, damn. Anyway, so that came in, so we have to slow down and we have to focusing on our body. So if you feel like you need more rest, give it a rest. I am recently extremely thirsty, so I'm hydrating like crazy, and they are telling me to hydrate like distilled water, which is like, damn it, like that's, you know, just that's a super cleanup. But there is no such a thing like detox 1 day, 3 days, you know, that doesn't detox you. It just like kind of reboot the cells a little bit. But if you put back the meat into the system, it does not. That's a different type of detox. We are talking about eating for ascension. So you can have the contact with your extraterrestrials. So, and with your non-physical friends and your galactic family and, you know, your galactic team. So this is gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it, and I'm asked to do that. My diet is crazy past like 20 years. I've been always very sensitive what is in the food. Not on the food itself, but how the food is treated. So I went through past 20 years, I went through all sort of diets and all sort of experiences with the food. So I think they want me to do that to bring the message through, because I got that experience. I'm almost raw by now, but I'm still eating bread. So I still have to do the gluten. I have to still detox the gluten of the cells, because the body is returning into its original design, which is 5D, and we are bringing the body with us. We're not leaving the body behind. You know, there was this idea about ascension, that yeah, we're gonna ascend, you know, all these like hopes and rainbows, but it's not like that. We're bringing the body with us. We're not leaving the body behind, and that have never ever been done before. So it's a kind of that information for bringing the human form into its original design. It's gonna be new. There is a lot of information out there on this topic, which was brought through a different type of people, through other channelers. And I am not saying that you cannot have a contact with you cannot be channeler if you eat meat. You can, you know, you can even smoke and still, or drink and still channel, like, you know, these now, because the earth is holding higher vibration, it's totally possible to, you can walk and channel. Like these days the veil is so thin that it's not mandatory to being on a certain diet to doing Reiki or doing channeling, or, you know, doing yoga and such. But that does not mean that we're not bringing the body with us, and we will sooner or later have to do it anyway. So now before Christmas, it's just this little, like, I was thinking just put a little bit out, and then I'm gonna share with you as well a cool recipes that's gonna make it a little bit easier, the transition. For those of you, of course, you've got a free will. So for those of you who really would like to do it, because what is gonna happen is that the body is gonna break otherwise, because earth is holding higher vibration, and that frequency is entering the body, and the body is trying to catch up, and the body needs to change, and you have to help it, and the way you help it is through the food, and hydrate and meditate, and just treating ourselves really good, like, you know, salty baths and massage and kind of like that. The body needs you. The body is very sophisticated machine. It's not a piece of meat. The body knows so much, you know. The body feels everything. It's your guide. It's your temple. So we have to consider that your pineal gland, your third eye, is a muscle. It's inside of you. All right. So apart from the fact that you are a consciousness inside of the human form, the human form is equally important, and we have to help the body. The body is doing so much work. I'm sweating like crazy practically past year. This year, for sure. Almost daily, I sweat like 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 t-shirts. It depends what I put in the system. I'd say I cannot drink any more coffee. I'm holding more light, and more light you hold, differently you're gonna eat, and your body will crave more fruit and vegetable and will not like to eat certain things. But on the other hand, I had as well a period of the time, a period like in this process when I needed more denser food just to ground myself more, just to staying more in the body, and I was eating more like rice, nuts, but I can't eat meat anymore because I get physically sick. I always regret it. There is more things I cannot eat anymore. I could eat it before, but I cannot eat anymore. And I will give you really good like tips how to make this transition easier for you. If you want, of course, it's your choice. So that's the message a little bit. And then there is another one. So we've got slowing down, focusing on the body, deepen up our spiritual practices. So practically we're gonna be, this time is the best to just focus on ourselves and staying away from the negativity. I know it's difficult, especially for those of you who are still working in a 3D jobs. It's crazy, and I honor you. Honestly, I honor you, because it's not easy. I can see it. Every time I go there. And there's another thing what is a really good practice, which is called calling your fragments back, and meaning every time you engage outside or with your family members or in the shops or whatever experiences you're having outside of you, like on the social media, you always leave pieces of you behind. And I started doing this. I heard that from another person saying that, and I was like, well, this is very interesting. And I started actually doing this practice, and it's phenomenal. You, every night before you go sleep, you call all those fragments of your soul back, meaning you just visualize that all that you just breathe in and call all aspects of you what you left behind during the day on the talks, on the YouTube, on Facebook, on social media, on doing the laundry, doing the mundane stuff in the house, taking care of the family, meeting up people, going to the shop. All of that, you just breathe it all out. You can imagine that you've got, like, you open like a hole, and you just breathe it all out, and then you breathe in and call intention, guys. Set your intent, just intention. You set intention and just call all the aspects of you back, so that your soul keeps being whole every night, and so you sleep whole. That's all the idea about it. So that's it. It's gonna be a pain in the butt doing the detox, but we will have to do it. I have to say that it helps so much to making the body as clean as possible, because you are still filtering a lot of density from the collective as well. You will have less headache, less physical ailments, and the body will recover way faster, and the body will be grateful for that, the job you're doing for it. Okay, so for today, I thank you for being here. It's not easy. Stay clean. And I see you next time. Bye.